reading for Damaja if you are watching. I'll do it in my next one. So just to give you a heads up. So this is going to be just your financial situation, money matters, and then just a couple of the things that might be related around obstacles on the side here as cards that I've previously pulled. So again, just to give you a rundown, I do just sort of a general analysis of the cards, and then we'll kind of go through the clarifiers to give you more of a synopsis. And again, some of this energy may or may not resonate. If it does not resonate, you can always check back, or it may be that you're kind of walking in on it when the energy hasn't hit you. It may be a little bit more streamlined again if this is your story, so it'll play out a little further. You're all on different timelines. So as it goes, so we've got Ace of Swords. I'm going to read it just generally first, and then we'll go into the clarifiers. Ace of Swords is all about some kind of truth coming in or some kind of communication in around money. So something that comes forward. It is coming through rather quickly, rapidly. There's something at hand. There has been something of a challenge that around a financial situation that has impacted your stability for sure, and around home, family front, anything like that. Something that might have been on hold with the Hanged Man energy. So it does suggest that there's been a period of wait and may still be a period of wait next to the money card. And of course, the 5. So there's still something here that kind of speaks to there being a bit of an issue. And then with the Queen of Swords, this is your air energy, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, coming through here in the reading. This is something about a give and take matter. It could be related around another person or getting help with money. There is a tower moment here. So something here that's quite significant that kind of shakes things up in around money and the Four of Pentacles. So now we're going to go through it in a little more concise way. So again, Ace of Swords is a powerful card of clarity, truth, and again, information, new ideas, breakthroughs. And there is something here in terms of suggesting that there will be a moment where, again, some of you might be getting information that's coming through, but either way, it allows you to understand the financial situation that you're in, and it gives you some kind of a new idea or an opportunity or some kind of realization toward moving toward a financial success. So there's some kind of improvement of some sort here. So again, due to this communication or due to this information or idea that comes through. So it impacts your money. But you also have some kind of clear insight in terms of your finances. So this again could be where you have a sharper focus on your goal, but it definitely speaks to things speeding up and accelerating in quite a rapid fashion because we have that followed up with the Eight of Wands. So whatever this swift communication is, it's going to be progress in a quick way. So I would say that if you're working on a financial project or a career goal or an investment, and hello there, hi Bob, or an investment, it would indicate that there is going to be some fast track developments and progress, like I said. So it definitely is really good information all around. So information coming in, or also both, there being more energy around expediting things, moving it quickly. As far as the monetary impact, I would say financial matters will start to move forward rather quickly here. Sorry, it's just because I'm doing a makeshift thing. This is just a quick tarot read. That's what I do. But as I said, I mean, there's something here that kind of speaks to there being waiting for news, basically, is what I would say here, but it is moving forward rather quickly. So 5 of Wands and the 5 of Pentacles. And hi, Mangover? Sorry if I mispronounce. I'm horrible with the names. Bob's it got down. But anyway, but yeah, it does sort of speak to, more news or approval or some kind of an opportunity of some sort. But whatever this is coming in quick. It's going to start to do, faster track growth is what I would say there. Now, again, we did have the 5 of Wands, and of course, that's more of an obstacle challenge card, but it does go from the 4 to the 5, and we have lots of wands here. So there's a lot of, it's a lot of information that's coming through. So it does feel like you, even though the fact is you're facing some kind of financial challenge, whether this is a conflict or just something that's a little bit more competitive for you in nature, either way, it's impacting your finances and causing you some kind of tension, or creating an obstacle of some sort. But what it does mean as an obstacle is there could be conflicts, again, with you or others over resources or ideas or opportunities, but you're facing that financial situation and getting on top of it. I do see that you're navigating through it quickly because we do have so many cards. Oh, VR. Sorry, I was just looking at his name is VR. Sorry about that. But yeah, I just feel like you're skillfully navigating through the situation because that does, there's too many positive cards out here. So it's almost like you turn it around, whatever this is. Now, the Four of Wands, and again, it's 4 to 5. So there's definitely some kind of lots of wands here. So again, it's representing stability and some kind of success. So in terms of finances, I do feel like there is a period of you achieving some kind of milestone in success, something that helps to level out your stability or your security in some way, because that is a card of foundation building. So you're laying the groundwork. So there's something here that helps you to continue to build. We also have, in terms of monetary impact on that, with that four, it does indicate that there's going to be a moment of celebration, or at least you feel like you have, it's indicating some kind of secure, stable position. So again, whether it's a milestone, situation of promotion or contract or whatever, that is something that's showing up here. But we also have the Hangman. So that does tell me that it represents something that's around the finances, that where there's been a pause or a suspension, something, around the financial matters where there's some stagnation. And again, but it feels like it's rapidly shaping up, like it's pushing through really quickly here. So it feels like this is going to be in probably within a week's time. But I would say that you need to adjust your approach a little bit, or your expectation of the situation. So, because the Hangman does suggest that there's going to be, things that aren't moving through as quickly, but yet we have all these wands here, and there's so many wands. So it does tell me that this little temporary delay is quickly moving forward. Now, we also had the Five of Pentacles. So this one is also indicating again that there is a signal of some kind of financial insecurity or difficulty or loss, or something that, presents as a struggle of not having enough. So this for some could be a job loss or an unexpected expense or something like that. But it does indicate that it's just temporary. They're all minor arcana, nothing that's going to be significant enough to impact you in a large scale way. But it still advises you just to be mindful of your financial resources. Don't take unnecessary risks, all of that. And we've got the Queen of Swords. So this one is thinking clearly, looking at the situation with more of a strategic approach, taking decisive action, putting your money in the right places, basically. You're detached from it on an emotional basis, and you're trying to cut through all the confusion, just make an informed decision about where the money has to go. And you know what I mean? Like, it's not something where it's spendthrift or anything like that. I don't see that here at all. But I do feel like good judgment is coming through very strongly in terms of decision making. Six of Pentacles, again, still feels like you could be waiting on some money of some sort here to kind of balance things out, getting help from others, or, maybe it's maybe you're waiting on something in terms of government or whatever, or in terms of support from someone else. But either way, this is a card of mutual resources, or, sharing things, but it's a balance nonetheless. So it does focus on that balance. So you will receive unexpected help or something at a time to sort of balance things out. So something balanced things out. If you did see the Tower that had come in the month of April. So something was balanced out despite this Tower. So there was a significant change in terms of the finances, unexpected something here that disrupted the financial situation, but it balanced out. And so it's more aligned with the long-term goal again. So not a true obstacle, I would say here, because all the cards point to very positive things. Four of Pentacles represents, holding on to the resources, cautious with your money, things along the lines of saving and, holding on to what you have. You don't want to be putting a lot of money out in any one particular area, but it is still a card of finances coming in. So again, monetary impact, you're hanging on to things. Try not to be too rigid, but, certainly exercise some caution. And then as far as obstacles for this month, I would say Temperance card is telling me that this is about you finding balance and moderation in terms of how you're going through the month. So, again, managing your finances in a very, modest way, avoiding extremes, no impulsive decisions. This is also that card that speaks to long-term financial stability, because you're trying to keep things balanced. We also had that Seven of Swords here because I pre-pulled there, but the Seven of Swords is where it's more of a strategic sort of, hi, Bob, you're back. Um, but yeah, I mean, it does talk about more of a strategic approach to things as well, but it's also be careful about somebody being dishonest here or having some kind of deception around you in the financial realm. Somebody not acting ethically, that kind of thing, maybe cutting corners or something along that line. So somebody might not be entirely truthful here. Okay, Bob, what's your profile? And then we also have the World card. So the World card is all about, representing completion of a cycle, successful, accomplishment of something. So in the context of finances, I feel it could suggest that you may feel at a crossroads or you're nearing the end of one phase and moving into the next stage. So it's like you're fully completing, any lingering task before you move on. But your profile is a dog. Okay, Bob. But what? But he will pass away in half a year and you're sad. Oh, I'm so sorry. That is very unfortunate. I share that same sort of situation. I did have a cat actually that I did have on one of my videos. It was just a leg of my kitty cat, but he was kind of crossing across. But anyway, I did lose him as well. It's a sad thing to lose, your close friends. I'm so sorry about that. Sorry you have to go through that. But as I say, I mean, I still have my video, and you might still have, your walks and those kinds of things with them. You can get paw prints and that kind of thing for them too, that, just to keep, and the hair and all of that. Yeah, no, I'm a very, very much an animal person myself. Um, but anyway, in terms of the world card, like I said, you're nearing a next phase of completion here. So I feel like you're you're still doing okay here. No real troubles. And of course, with the Two of Pentacles, this is balancing things out with a bit of juggling. So again, guys, interrupted by a call. Um, oh, I don't have a picture of my kitty cat handy, but sorry, Bob. Um, yeah, but he was a tabby cat. He was a beautiful tabby cat. He was one of those cats that kind of broke up the arguments with other cats. He was very neutral, very calm, cool, collected. Hi, Andrea. I'm doing okay. It's cold where I am right now. I don't know where you guys are, but yeah, still lingering snow here. We did have some weird rain. However, I think it's coming up freezing cold or whatever again tomorrow for a few days. It's hard to believe it's spring. Anyway, you're too old for wax. Bob, you can't even take her around the block. Oh no. Her paw's bleeding. Oh geez. Oh, you're in Los Angeles, Andrea. Cold today. Wow. Yeah, no, I'm in Canada, so I mean, it's for sure the weather is always a little unpredictable here. It's not always cold, but I mean, it depends on where you are. I used to be in Vancouver, and that was always really nice there. But I don't know. Every place has its merit. That's what I will say. Like the waters. I love the water and that kind of thing. So yeah, it's very peaceful. Yeah, Vancouver is beautiful. Yeah, Andrea. I did live there a lot of years actually, and then um I moved close, but still, still within driving distance of Vancouver, but I was just reading Bob's comment. Your dog is getting too old and that you can't walk him. You know what? I mean, even if you took him outside in a little wagon, I know it sounds weird, but I'm that person. I would put him in a little blanket and yeah, and I mean, even you could probably put the polysporin on the paws, like if they're bleeding. I don't know what he's got, but um, there might be something that you could do. Like they have little paws that you can actually put, like little, what booties or whatever that you can put on your pet's feet as well. But anyway, yeah, so just to wrap it up though on this, guys, the Two of Pentacles sort of speaks to, oh, you do live in Canada, Bob. Yeah, paw covers. Andrea's got it. Yeah, they do actually work really well, although you have to get the right size. But again, for this month, I feel like you focus on balance and organization, keep track of your finances, prioritize your responsibilities, stay flexible, adaptable. That's really what that kind of speaks to. Whatever the situation is for you guys financially in the month of April, it feels like it's a short term, so immediate to a few weeks. Everything's fast developments. Lots of potential here. Again, even if there is a little bit of a conflict or something here, but there is a bit of a breakthrough moment with that Ace of Swords. So I feel like you're going into a different transition into something that's far better because of the change of the world. And that one does indicate that there is going to be, ultimately leading to some positive transformation, which means, several months to a year. I feel like you will have more stability. There'll be, because this is a completion of a cycle and you're managing your resources very carefully at this time. But the world card tells me this is long term success. So maintain your balance and again, avoid deception or cutting corners, anything along that line. There may be a few obstacles or hardship, financial loss, or something that might come in there with like I said, with the tower, but you balance it right back out. So the point is stay strategic. Why can't I talk today? Anyway, but either way, it does indicate that it's all part of the process. Financial disruptions are everywhere, but the whole point is they're meant to help you grow. So just keep an eye on balancing out your responsibilities. Be patient. Everything's looking pretty good. Um, I would still say there's a lot of opportunities for growth and clarity, stability. Like I said, lots of movement and a lot of adjustments and rethinking your strategies, but you're staying on point basically. And I don't see any cards that show me that you will not be able to manage that because you're very clear thinking and adaptable throughout that whole period. So lots of good energy that way. Aw, thanks, Andrea. Drink some water. You've been talking for, yeah, I know exactly. No, it's true. I am known for that. Anyway, okay, so we'll wrap it up and we'll just keep moving forward, guys, and see you in the next read.